Hello, welcome everyone, and thanks for joining. My name is Dr. Lizzie Burns, and today I'm going to be showing you how to fold a butterfly, actually two, hopefully. This workshop is part of the Echo Happiness Hub. Echo is a charity supporting children and young people with congenital heart disease and their families. Echo is there for families at every stage of their heart journey and provides practical information as well as opportunities to connect with other heart families. The Echo Happiness Hub is all about bringing fun, distraction and learning to families while they're at home due to the pandemic, or while staying in hospital as their child undergoes surgery, treatment or recovery. These workshops are hosted in partnership with our friends at the Centre for Medical Engineering at King's College London. And throughout the series, we've been joined by some of the scientists to hear about their work. You can find out more about Echo and how they can support you at echo-uk.org. There's the details there on the screen. So in a moment, we're going to get started with today's fold, 2 folds for the price of 1. So I hope you're going to enjoy that. Please do use the comment function to say hello and share your thoughts and questions throughout the workshop. Hello, Mum and EDS there, thank you. And obviously, please be considerate of others when posting, but we hope you're going to enjoy this. This is actually my last session with Echo at the moment. It's been so fun to be able to offer this. There are already some videos there, so I've done 3 other folds. So if you'll hopefully you'll end up enjoying this, then you can check those out. I actually happen to be sharing a fold every week because I normally work in a hospital, and so if you wanted to join me, you'll find that there's a weekly fold. So that's something that you can do, your family, that is aimed at lifting your mood. And I also do a live fold every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. So just tune in there. So that could maybe give you continued support as well. So we've got 2 folds, and I hope you're going to enjoy these. I thought now is the time of year we're beginning to feel definitely the sunshine is coming out, that things will get better, thank goodness. And so I think a butterfly is such a lovely symbol of transformation. And I think actually origami is all about transformation. You see the little flat piece of paper, you have no idea what to do with it. With a few folds, something beautiful will emerge. So I'm going to show you 2 different butterflies. This first one has been invented by someone called Akira Yoshizawa. So he's from Japan, and he's seen as the grandfather even of origami, of modern origami. So origami is a tradition, obviously, in Japan, and he actually came up with really quite radically different designs, and very clever. So there was already a traditional butterfly, but his design actually involves less folds, and it's just so beautiful. His pieces are like poetry. I totally recommend looking at Yoshizawa. So this butterfly I thought will be a good one, and he also would apparently make pieces and give them in hospital. So I think this is really appropriate. The second one, which hopefully we'll have time to do as well, is from someone else called Ralph Matthews, and it's actually a bookmark. So you can use it on your book. So actually I use mine all the time. So I would recommend grab your piece of paper. For the first one, for the beautiful butterfly, I'm going to show you how to make your own square. And then maybe we could just add a bit of colour. If you have any pens, pencils, grab them. Let's add some colour. And when we fold, you'll see the patterns transform. I really like doing that. The butterfly bookmark, you could decorate maybe afterwards. So we'll just use plain paper for that. So grab yourself something to press on. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to point my screen down so that you can see. So we're going to make a square. I think I'm going to make a really giant butterfly. Why not? So I'm going to make a square. It's very simple. Any piece of paper you can make a square. You don't need special paper for origami. You could even use junk mail, things you would otherwise chuck out. So every piece of paper has potential. We're going to take the corner and bring it over and line it up nicely. All lined up. Take your time. And I think it's taking your time. It's slowing you down. And that will relax. I know it always works for me. Just going slowly. Good things happen. And I'll be nice and exact through that corner, lined up. It's one of those kind of guilty pleasures we rarely talk about. Getting things right can be very pleasing. So underneath here is a square, but we need to remove the rectangle. So if you turn it over, and you can then grab that rectangle, pull it back, and line it up, and press it down. And good strong folds, you're letting out a bit of tension, you'll feel that little bit more relaxed, and it also makes it stronger. It's all about forces. It's amazing. Paper engineering. And yes, and now, since I've seen you last, I've actually been experimenting a lot more myself. I've been discovering lots of designs. It's been such fun. I thoroughly recommend it. So a little tiny nick. What have you got to lose by trying things with paper? There's so many things you can do. There we go. So hopefully you've already got a diagonal line there. We'll do the other diagonal line while we're here. That's it. So the other diagonal. And again, take your time. That's it. Press down nicely. Nice shape. So you can always message if you need me to slow down. Hopefully I'm going slow enough. So we've done both diagonals. Now I'm going to turn it over, and I reckon might as well get a bit colourful. Or you could put some messages on it and see how they fold up. I'm going to grab some pens and I'm just going to add some colour. So we did the diagonals and then we turned it over. So I don't know what's going to happen, but that's part of the fun. Strangely relaxing, just doing a little bit of controlled scribbling, really. Why not? It will be unique. What you do will be different from what I will do. So, or maybe there's words, little symbols. Even a running out felt tip there looks quite nice. Here we go. So I don't know about you, but doing creative things I find just takes your mind off everything else. You feel the satisfaction that you've done something with time. You'll look back and be glad of what you've done. And for me, it's been like a little bit of a calendar. So I've been doing different folds each week, trying to find something that feels appropriate to the time. And I can then look back and see what I've done over a year. My latest thing, which I've invented, is actually called full circle. Sorry, complete circle. And it is a bit of doing circles again. It is a bit of a complete circle. Obviously, today being the anniversary of a whole year. So hopefully you've done something colourful, whatever it is, or maybe you've written some positive, uplifting messages for yourself. And in just a moment, we're going to transform it. So here goes. Let's do another fold. So we've done the diagonals. We're now going to do just a single horizontal line. There we go. Like so. So next, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to pop my finger underneath the middle. So I've done that horizontal line and I'm going to pop my finger underneath the middle and push up. And hopefully you will find that you get these kind of two triangles. So it was like that. I'd folded it in half. I opened it and I popped my finger underneath the middle. I pushed upwards, and that means it becomes three-dimensional. And I can then push in the sides, such a big butterfly, and flatten it like so. So hopefully you've got something that looks a bit like this. That's the triangle. Great. Right, so we're going to start transforming this into a butterfly. So I am going to turn it with a point downwards, I think. You can imagine these will become the wings. And we're going to take the bottom point and we're going to bring it all the way. Oh, we're going to, oh, sorry. No, there's one more step. Just goes to show. Always have to keep yourself aware with origami. Right, we're going to take a little corner and we're going to bring it down to the bottom. Can you see? Maybe I was about to invent something new. That's possible too. Can you see? So I took one of those tips and I brought it down, and I'm going to do the same with the other side. So taking that tip and bringing it down, so you've got like a little square. I might have to see what I'm doing a little bit more. So be accurate. I can see in the camera I'm not being accurate enough there. That's it. There we go. So hopefully you can see that. Lovely. Hope that's working for you. There we go. Right, I'm going to now turn it over. So, and again, sorry, I'm going to bring it, so we're looking at the smooth side now, and we're going to again bring that point down to the bottom. Right, next step. So we're going to take that bottom point and we're going to bring it all the way up to the top. Now, I'm actually going to bring it up beyond the edge. Can you see? So it's higher. Wow, it starts to curve round, but that's the interesting thing. Again, I might have to see what I'm doing. So I'm bringing this up and it sort of opens up the bottom edges. Now you can start to sort of curl around the sides. I think it looks a little bit like a kimono actually, because it's sort of a bit curved otherwise. So bringing that in gently, and you start getting, I think, this lovely shape at the sides. It's beginning to shape it. Again, take your time. The beauty is if you're watching this afterwards, you can pause, you can rewind, and hopefully see what's going on that way. So we've got the little head sticking up here beyond the paper. And your next step now is to fold that head back like so. So hopefully it's looking like this. Hope it's working for you. It's kind of strange after working with the scientists where I could see what they were doing. And this time I can't see anybody, but I'm hoping it's working for you. We'd love to see your butterflies afterwards as well. So hopefully looking like this. And what I want you to do next is we're going to fold it then in half. So we're going to take it as it is and fold it back. It starts to really look like a butterfly now. I'm going to turn it to the side. You can see now folded in half. And just one last fold, which is from the top of the head down to the back of the body. So it's at an angle. And it really does feel like the wings are now beginning to beat and to flap. This makes such a lovely decoration. I sort of want to wear one in my hair. And it's the same on the other side. It looks like it's going to take off now, doesn't it? And I'm going to fold it again so it matches the height of the other one. And hopefully those folds give it the shape. Like so. So as you can see, my pattern's really transformed. Never know what's going to happen, and that's what makes it interesting. So, butterfly, what kind of things could you do with that? So it is hopefully a really nice decoration. I hope you've enjoyed that one. We've definitely got time to make a second one, so I really hope you enjoyed making that first one. So that's Yoshizawa's butterfly. So our second one, which comes from Ralph Matthews, and it's rather smart because it's a bookmark. So it's quite a useful piece of origami. It's also quite good as a present for people because you could put it in a card or a letter or to give to somebody. It's flat and yet it's useful. Just to show you, okay, one of my favourite books here, that it will work as a bookmark. It's almost like flying into the page, and there is actually a little pocket, and then it fits really neatly over the top of your page. It really is very snug fit, so it's excellent as a bookmark. I think once you start using one of these, you won't want another sort of bookmark. So we probably don't want to make our butterfly too huge, actually, for a bookmark. You don't want it massive. It's really nice. It just sticks out in a nice way there. Right, so for this one, we're actually going to do a piece of origami, not with a square, but instead using the proportions of, oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining us with that first butterfly. So this second one, we're going to make our bookmark. Again, you can see here I've actually used a scrap piece of paper and then I've coloured it afterwards. So I would recommend doing colouring in actually afterwards for this one. So grab yourself an A4 piece of paper. If you've got A5, sort of half this size, even better. And I think actually I'm going to use a quarter of A4, but we keep the proportions of A4. So let me just show you. Sometimes words are more confusing than just showing you. So if you just take your A4 paper, if you have A4 paper, and fold it in half. Again, take your time. Nice and neat. Good strong fold. And that means then you'll be able to tear it off. There we go. Nice little nick. Again, if you put your hand nice and close to the edge on a surface, you should be able to tear it off. So you could use a guillotine or scissors, but I actually think the tearing's quite accurate. It's nice to keep things simple. So we've got half an A4. I'm going to make it smaller again because I think actually this butterfly benefits from being small for a bookmark. So I folded it in half again. This means you can do 4 butterflies from one piece of A4 paper. You could actually do more again. You could keep going. I did make actually a little nest of butterflies, so it got smaller. Quite sweet. So hopefully you've got now a quarter of an A4 piece of paper, and I'm going to show you from that. So if you take your piece, and our first step is to take your quarter of an A4 piece of paper, fold it in half, like so. Oh, it's quite little now, isn't it? I'll try to keep it close to the camera. That's it, perspective, thankfully. So I folded it in half. Now I'm going to fold it in half again. So I guess this is the area where it's kind of hinged. So it's like a card that way up. And next I'm going to fold it in half again through there. So become like a little leaflet or a little pamphlet maybe. Maybe you might make your own little book. Who knows? Folding can produce so many ideas. So it looks like a little book. So with your little book as it is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my finger into one of these little pockets and then press down. I'm not going to look in the camera because it confuses me. I'm going to have to take it down. That's it. It's not a mirror image and my brain gets very confused with that. There we go. So I pop my finger into the pocket and I'm lining that up. Can you see I've lined it up with that line there and squashing it down. So it looks like maybe a little house or something. That's right. And it's got these little bits at the bottom. Great. So consider this almost like a little leaves of a book. Now you can turn that page and you've again got another pocket on this side. So again, with this pocket, you can put your finger in and then squash it down. I think it's a bit like a choreography. Origami, choreography for your fingers, most of all for your brain to get your head around it. And probably even more so of a challenge for a screen. You're trying to do something three-dimensional and complicated just from watching. But hopefully it's that kind of challenge that just gives you a big feeling of satisfaction if you actually get it, doesn't it? Well, that's what I find. And it's so great that I can show you so closely. Because actually, if I did this in a big room, it's really hard. In the past, I found it quite hard to go and show each person individually. There's lots of people, it's very hard. So this is actually, I think it's better. So as we've got it here, you can see at the moment there's that kind of crack in the middle. Turn to the back. If it's smooth, then I want you to turn the page. So hopefully when you've done that, it looks like it's maybe like a little tent. You can see that little gap. Has that worked for you? So if it was smooth, turn the page until you get the crack, and you need to do that on both the front and the back. Like so. Great. We are getting there. So our next step, again, I hope I'm not going too fast. We're going to take the corner and I'm going to lift it up. Again, I think I should look as to what I'm doing. So I'm going to take the corner and I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to fold it so that there's a little flat bit that's left there. It will make your butterfly look more beautiful, and we definitely want that. So I have folded it so that there is a little flat bit there. So it was down there like the tent, and I brought up the corner, leaving a little flat bit. Now for the other side, just try and match it. It's kind of a bit by eye really, so I'm going to leave a similar gap there on the other side. So I am bringing that up and leaving again a little flat bit there, like so. There we go. Hopefully that's working. Great. So we've folded these up. We're going to just try and tuck them away. It's like tidying up, isn't it? We don't want to see these little bits. So to do that, I just turn it around sideways. I'm going to open this up and you can see the lines that we folded. I should be able to just push that in. I'm not adding any extra lines, but on one of the sides I'm having to invert the direction. Oh, sounds so technical, doesn't it? But basically I'm just tucking out of the way. So it was, let's do it how it was. So it was up here and then I brought it down, opened up the side, and I'm just pushing that up and tucking it in and following those lines that you've actually made. So you should end up with something like that. So we need to do the same on the other side. Again, I might look as to what I'm doing, more likely to get it right myself. Oh, that doesn't look like it's perfectly lined up. So again, the beauty of paper is you can just reposition until you're happy. So again, this little flap sticking up, I'm going to turn it to the side, open it out, and I'm going to push that in, just tucking it away, not adding any extra lines, and closing up, and it should disappear. We are almost there, believe it or not. I know it doesn't feel like it, but it involves some lovely transformation. So maybe if we turn it the other way up, so that points downwards. Hope you're with me. If not, you can always rewind, can't you? So you will get there. It's about being, I think origami is most of all about being really patient and kind to yourself. And with that patience, good things will happen. And the feeling of satisfaction that you've stuck with it, most of all, just be playful. It is meant to be fun. So don't take it too seriously. Right, we're going to take one side at the top and we're going to fold it down in a straight line. Like so. You can see the butterfly is revealing itself. And the same thing again on the other side. Bringing that down and lining it up. Oh, mine's slightly off, isn't it? That's interesting. It's unique. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I wonder why. Ah, I don't know, but I like him. I think that it's the quirkiness that makes things individual. How interesting. And so actually I might have a go, because we've still got a few minutes. I might just get colouring a bit as well. Why don't you colour too? And as mentioned, you can, if this is very much as a bookmark, so just again to show you your butterfly, hopefully, it's got like a little pocket at the back. Can you see? Little pocket. And that will fit neatly over a page. So for it to go into your book, you can grab a page, do it so it's flying into the book, and it should really neatly fit on the corner. You can see again it could be even smaller still, so you could make lots and lots of bookmarks from just one page. But I'm going to colour it just for a couple of minutes. Why don't you join me? If you've only got a pencil, why not try shading in little different areas of patterns like a doodle? It'll be so unique. If you've got colour, then maybe you want to add some colours. Butterflies are great for colours, aren't they? Beautiful. So I'm going to start colouring. I'm afraid, I think like everybody, we've all been loving butterfly. We've been enjoying rainbows, haven't we? How can you not look at a rainbow? It just makes you feel happy. I guess that symbolism of a grey, rainy, rubbish day, but actually something wonderful could come out of it. Maybe that's the symbolism, isn't it, of rainbows? And one that's never lost on us. Doesn't matter what age you are, it's always a lovely surprise. Ah, it's just nice on the screen seeing these colours appear. But hopefully you're joining me on that one. You could do all sorts of different colours in different areas. Oh. There we go. Almost there. Oh yeah, so colouring in is a lovely thing to do. So you could also do some colouring in, doodling, and then folding things like that up into origami as well, or write little poems, wishes, and fold it up. Possibilities really are endless. Maybe a bit of purple. I could get lost in folding, lost in colouring too. Definitely going to look nice in my book. Hopefully you can get lost in the book as well. That's always a good thing. Ah, there we go. Live on YouTube. Nice colourful butterfly. I wonder if you've been able to colour yours. We'd love to see your pieces. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining the Happiness Hub. As mentioned, we'd love to see your creations, and absolutely cool if it's, you know, now live or afterwards. We'd love to see what you do. These films are there as a kind of as a resource for you to use and to inspire you and to help your family at this time. So thank you for joining the Happiness Hub. We'd really love to see what you've made in today's session. So please do share photos of your creations with us on social media using the hashtag. So hashtag Echo Happiness Hub is there on the screen. If you'd like to speak to someone at Echo or wish to access available support, please visit their website for further details. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been my last session with you, and I hope it's helped. We hope to see you next Tuesday. So there is something else happening next week at the same time with some drawing of Jenny. So goodbye and enjoy your butterflies and enjoy. Hopefully, I hope it's lifted your mood and will be something special and something new that you've learnt in this time. I think we should all be using time as an opportunity. It's always precious. And the things that you make are unique and will be always treasured, I'm sure. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Oh, that's great to hear. So glad that you've enjoyed it. Yay. That's what it's all about, the Happiness Hub.